Welcome to the part 2 of lecture 2.3. Here we will discuss about limits at infinity. Consider the same function f of x is equal to 1 over x plus 2. How does f of x behave as x approaches infinity and negative infinity? Or in other words, what happens to f of x as x becomes very, very large or very, very small? This is the graph of f of x is equal to 1 over x plus 2. So again, we have the vertical asymptote here, wherein the graph will never ever touch. And also, we observe that we have a horizontal asymptote. Now, let's talk about the behavior of f of x as x approaches negative infinity and positive infinity. So when you say x approach positive infinity, it becomes very, very large and very, very small. First, f of x approaches y is equal to 0 as x approaches positive infinity. Hence, the limit of 1 over x plus 2 as x approaches positive infinity is equal to 0. As you can see, since this one is a horizontal asymptote, the value of 1 over x plus 2 will get closer and closer to 0 as x becomes very, very large. They would be really, really close. However, they will never ever touch. Second, it approaches y is equal to 0 as well as x approaches negative infinity. Hence, the limit of 1 over x plus 2 as x approaches negative infinity is equal to 0. Let us define limits at infinity. Let f of x be defined on some interval a2 positive infinity. If f of x approaches L, a real number as x increases without bound, then the limit of f of x as x approaches positive infinity is equal to L. The same also applies when x approaches negative infinity for the interval negative infinity to a. Let's have the following theorems for limits at infinity. Let n be a positive integer. Also, let L sub 1 be equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches a, and L sub 2 for the limit of g of x as x approaches a. First, the limit of x raised to n as x approaches positive or negative infinity is positive infinity if n is even. However, if n is odd, it depends on the sign of the infinity that x approaches to. If it approaches positive infinity, the limit of x raised to n is positive infinity as well. However, if x approaches negative infinity and the exponent is odd, it approaches negative infinity. Third, this one will be very, very useful. The limit of 1 over x raised to n, regardless if the n is odd or if n is even, it would always be 0. Why is that? So suppose that you have here the fraction 1 over 2, 1 over 3. Suppose that our denominator becomes very, very large. Take note that the decimal equivalent of this is 0.5, 0.3, 0.25, 0.2, 0.1, 0.01, and so on. It becomes very, very small and it approaches 0 as the limit. It will never ever reach 0, but it approaches 0 as the limit. Fourth, we have the limit of f of x over g of x as x approaches positive or negative infinity is equal to 0 if L sub 1 exists and L sub 2 is positive or negative infinity. Let's have the first example. Determine the limit of 3x raised to 4 plus x squared plus x plus 1 all over 3x squared minus x minus 5x raised to 4. We will not substitute the infinity here. No, we are not going to do that. but we are going to make use of the third theorem presented in the previous slide, this one. Okay, how will we do this? We can divide the entire fraction by the highest powered variable. For the numerator, the highest powered variable is x raised to 4, and for the denominator, x raised to 4 as well. So we have to divide the entire fraction by any quantity equal to positive 1. So if we divide this by x raised to 4 over x raised to 4, nothing will happen. So the value will still be the same. Okay, we will divide each term by x raised to 4. So the resulting expression would be 3 plus 1 over x squared plus 1 over x cubed and then plus 1 over x raised to 4. So take note that we divide each term by x raised to 4. And then for the denominator, we have 3 over x squared minus 1 over x cubed and then minus 5. Okay. So this one would become 5x raised to 4 divided by x raised to 4. So this would cancel out. Okay. And then here, we will distribute the limit operator to all of the terms. So this would become 3 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. Why is that? We apply this special limit. And then for the denominator, we have here 0 minus 0 minus 5. Simplifying further, we have 3 over negative 5. So that is negative 3 over 5. So this is the limit. The shortcut here, whenever you are being given like this, limits at infinity, take a look at the highest powered term and take note of their coefficients. Okay, so here we have the same x raised to 4. For numerator and denominator, the coefficients of them is 3 and negative 5. So get the quotient, that would be 3 over negative 5. Negative 3 over 5. Example 6, we have the limit of 3x raised to 5 plus 2x minus 5 all over x cubed minus 2x plus 5. So using the same algorithm, so we divide by the highest powered variable. Okay, so this becomes the limit of 3 plus 2 over x raised to 4 minus 5 over x raised to 5 all over 1 over x squared minus 2 over x raised to 4 and then minus 5 over x raised to 5 plus pala. Okay, we have as x approaches infinity. Okay, this would become 3 plus 0 minus 0 all over 0 minus 0 plus 0. So this doesn't exist because it becomes undefined. However, we consider the highest powered variable in both numerator and denominator. So the quotient of this is 3x squared. So this one is x raised to n is even. Therefore, the limit of this as x approaches infinity is equal to positive infinity. So it follows here that the limit of the entire fraction would also be positive infinity. Example 7, we have the limit of the square root of x raised to 4 minus 2x plus 5 all over 16x raised to 4 minus x squared minus 1. Here, we will use the theorem of limit. We will insert the limit operator inside. So we divide by x raised to 4 over x raised to 4. So this is similar to the example earlier. For the denominator, we have 16 minus 1 over x squared minus 1 over x raised to 4. We have 1 minus 0 plus 0 all over 16 minus 0 minus 0. Okay, this becomes square root of 1 over 16. The answer is 1/4. You have now reached the end of this lecture. You are highly encouraged to answer the exercises provided at the end of this video courseware. Thank you for listening.